Last week, while working on the pewter guitar and that intensely delicate pewter Crimson Guitars logo, I got distracted. Not sorry. I put together a tiny little leather-based, essentially a pen-shaped strop for precision polishing of tiny parts. In the interim, I've gone and purchased various little bits of leather cord, etc. And I've been working on designing a pencil for writing on ebony and rosewood and things like that with precision, so we can mark out fret positions and actually see it. What is stopping me from taking this little offcut from a guitar build and making a leather pencil? Nothing, I say.
Burn it.
This is a centuries-old bit of technology. Why would I bother setting up a router table, try and find a 3mm bullnose cutter, etc., for something that could be done in a few minutes by hand? With, in my case, far more satisfaction and pleasure. Making the slot a little bit deeper than I need so that I can, once I've chopped in half, plane the top surface to make them meet absolutely perfectly. And I think I'm about there. Infinitesimally off-center, but that's fine. I actually made it almost exactly the right size. A little bit of compression, doesn't move. There we go. Half an hour later. Just in case you haven't made the connection yet, you can make yourself something like this very easily and use it to do purfling and binding channels and the like. With no scary, loud, noisy, dusty motors. And then for a little bit more just control, I'm going to go handheld. This isn't entirely symmetrical or required. This is just a bit of fun. Now, using the beading tool, not strictly necessary, but then again, neither is making this tool in the first place. As a proof of concept, I've really gone just a little bit OTT. But hey, well, that's just me, isn't it? A little bit of guitar finishing oil, and then we sharpen it and play. And of course I can sharpen the other end as well and say have 240 grit silicon carbide on there, or a polishing compound, or well, yeah, any combination of grits and compounds. Yes. Spot of Crimson's multi-use guitar polish. And then after making sure it's not going to go everywhere, I've got a very, very, very precise little polishing strop. Now I think the 3mm section that I used there is probably too small, perhaps. Now the beautiful thing is wood in its own right is relatively soft and has been used as polishing devices and still is to this day used as a polishing device for example, very high-end watchmaking. So even if I abrade the leather down to the level of the wood, it's not going to damage anything. Here's the bit of the fret that we didn't polish. And just that small section. Very, very polished. Now, of course, I couldn't leave it there. I've got some 5.5mm leather cord as well. And there's a million ways to skin every single cat. I drilled a hole all the way through this blank. Of course, it went slightly sideways, fully expected. It's not a method that one should use. And I then took a saw and cut a relief cut just through one side. And that is going to allow me to insert the cord and clamp it shut. My vise obviously doesn't close this point at the same time as it closes that point. So there we go, some super glue down there, and we'll see how that goes. Onto the bigger one. You don't have to have a lathe in order to make something round or roundish. pleasingly handmade. A little bit of sandpaper, a little bit of, I think this is Merca Abranet. This stuff is great. And I could actually just leave it looking like that. But on this one, I'm going to use some shellac. Like so. Followed by some guitar finishing oil. Maybe actually just the shellac. Look at that. Damn. I'm not ashamed to say that I am enjoying this process so much that I'm seriously sitting here thinking, I could maybe set up a custom pencil making sort of side gig and just make, really high-end pencils with silver inlay or something like that and sell them for £100 a piece. I would certainly finish a lot more projects a lot more rapidly, probably for an actual profit margin than anybody can do making guitars. But I mean, it's not a guitar, is it, really? Nor, actually, is this particular thing an actual pencil. It's just pencil-like. Anyway, a few coats of shellac and a bit of a buff up, and basically we've French polished this Paduke stick. And, yeah, sharpen it. Bit of polishing compound. Bit of sawdust, because why not? If watching me create these two things has provided you with even the slightest amount of entertainment or titillation or inspiration of any sort, then please click like, subscribe, share with all and sundry. Let me know if you want Crimson to make these as an actual tool for, spot leveling, spot polishing frets and things with strings on and stuff. Because, we could. Have a good day. Go make some sawdust. That's an order. It's a polite request. Go make some sawdust. Cheerio.